ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। वाल्मीकि मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणा शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम्। यः पिबन् रामचरितामृतसागरम् आरुत्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्रचेतसा मकल्मषम्। न जन्मनु न महतो न सौभगः न वन्न बुद्धिर्न कृतस्थोष्य हेतुर् तैर्यद्विसृष्टमपि न वनौकसस् चकार सक्येवत Lakshmanagraja. One cannot establish a friendship with the Supreme Lord Ramachandra on the basis of material qualities such as one's birth in an aristocratic family, one's personal beauty, one's eloquence, one's sharp intelligence, or one superior race or nation. None of this qualification is actually prerequisite for friendship with Lord Ramchandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitants of the forest have not taken noble births, although we have no physical beauty, and although we cannot speak like gentlemen, Lord Ramachandra has nevertheless accepted us as friends. Jai Shri Hanuman Ji ki Jai. So we'll continue where we left off. Hanumanji has basically been seen in the entire Ramayana. Like in one place, Srila Prabhupada mentions that these two great literatures, Mahabharata and Ramayana, the heroes of these two great literature, Grantha, one is Arjuna and other is Hanumanji. And therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is speaking to Arjun, when he is talking about Yad Yad Vibhuti Mat Sattvam, he told Arjuna, he's speaking to Arjuna, he said, amongst the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Just imagine how much Krishna expressed his affection to Arjuna, attracted by Arjuna's great qualities. Similarly, Hanumanji, Lord Ramachandra, one of the most beautiful part of the Ramayana is that Lord Ram, when he receives the message from Hanumanji about Sita's whereabouts, when he comes to Kishkinda Kshetra, now presently it is a Hampi, the Kapis, they send an indication. How do you give a auspicious message before reaching your master? There has to be some sign, some indication. So what the Kapis did, there was a garden which belonged to Sugriva. It was called as Madhuvan. Just like Ravana had his own garden called Ashoka Vatika. So all the monkeys came there. It was a personal garden of Sugriva. You can imagine he was the king. Just like in Kashmir, there is that garden, Mughla garden, where the Mughal empires would come for their summer vacation. Right. So similarly, this was his personal garden. What the Kapis did was, very interestingly, they started destroying the garden. They were plucking the fruits whimsically without any orderliness, without any system, and they beat up the in charge of the garden who was an uncle of Sugriv. And they started what the monkey, kapis they do, climbing on the tree, eating the fruits and passing, you know. And the mama, the uncle of Sugriv, ran to Sugriv and he said, "Oh, this kapi, the group which has come from southern direction, they are creating a havoc. They have destroyed the garden." And Sugriv became so happy with this news. He became so happy with this news because he saw very beautiful and very interesting. He saw positivity in that action. In the destruction of the garden, he saw good news. On the other hand, when Hanumanji, after meeting Mother Sita and feeling such a happiness, he wanted to do something more. He wanted to meet Ravan, see his power, understand him, try to convince him. So what Hanumanji did, he also destroyed Ashoka Vatika. But that did not give pleasure to Ravan, and therefore he decided to kill Hanumanji. And it was only because of Vibhishan. Vibhishan said, "My dear brother, you cannot kill an ambassador. A representative of Lord Ramachandra cannot be killed. Therefore, better to burn his tail." Now, one may say whether Vibhishan had a strategy to join Hanumanji to burn the Lanka, or he was just wanting that he should be punished with less penalty. Doesn't matter. Hanumanji used it and he burned Lanka in such a way. He burned Lanka in such a way. Hanumanji wanted to say, "I am the most insignificant servant of Lord Ram, and just see what I can do for you." There is a funny story also, again, the folk tale. This is not there in the Valmiki Ramayana, but does support the principle of Valmiki Ramayana. Yesterday, myself, Radha Gopinath Prabhu, we were discussing that how do you know which story is Shastric and which story is not Shastric? Rup Goswami talks about two pramanas. There is a Loka Pramana, there is a Shastra Pramana. As long as the Loka Pramana is connected to Shastra Pramana and Loka Pramana does not disturb the Siddhanta of Shastra Pramana, one should accept. So there's a funny story when Lanka was burning, Ravan, being the powerful as he was, he had controlled all the devatas. In fact, it is said that all the Navagrahas were lying as a steps to Ravana to go up and sit on the throne. That means he had controlled all the Navagrahas. None of the grahas could disturb his you know, any home, any house in astrology. Right? Narad Muni said, "Arey, why you make them sleep like that? Why not sleep? Make them sleep upside down so that you can put your foot on their chest and walk up." And when he did like that, Shani saw him. And once the Shani saw him, that was the beginning of his downfall. That is to tell the power of grahas. Of course, the Bhagavatam says he was destroyed because he made Mother Sita cry. So anyway, so Hanumanji, Lanka was burning. Ravan told the devatas, "Are pani dalo," you know, because the devatas, how can any human being stop? Only the power of gods can stop. So Indra started pouring rain. And Hanumanji became extremely angry. He said, "You, Indra, how can you do this? This is not correct. This is not fair. I am here to execute the mission of the Supreme Brahman, Bhagavan, and you are trying to stop it. I will show you a lesson." And they say Indra slowly told, "It looks like a water, but it is oil. Don't worry, it will burn more than what is burning now." So our Hanumanji became very happy with this. So for there is a difference between Agni and fire. आग और अग्नि में अंतर होता है. आग, the fire, without controlled, it has the power to destroy. So therefore, Hanumanji used his intelligence. Hanumanji used his sensitivity. Hanumanji used his enterprising skills. Buddhi bal, bhakti bal, or then also Hanumanji had the Atma bal. What did he do with that? Rather than using that intelligence to destroy people, Hanumanji used that intelligence to bring people together. Where does it begin? Where do we see Hanumanji doing that? It begins uniting. Hanumanji sees all the monkeys, all the kapis are despondent because they are not able to jump across. And because they're not able to jump across, there is a despondency. They're crying, they're weeping, and Hanumanji is sitting in a corner. He cannot recollect his own power, his greatness. Somebody has to remind him. And one of the amazing character in the Valmiki Ramayana is Jambavan. What kind of a character? He's a great teacher wanting not to be Hanuman. He was a great performer of Herculean task. But now he had become a discoverer of somebody else's potentials. When a teacher is ambitious, rather than helping his students grow, he uses a student to grow himself, then he is not a teacher, he is a king. राजा और शिक्षक में अंतर होता है. शिक्षक, an educationalist responsibility is to always remain teacher and see the potential of the student and see that spark and fan it till it becomes like a blazing fire which consumes and helps society grow. Jabamot could have said, why the hell I should tell, why should I remind, let everybody take the blame of suffering. Why should Hanumanji be special? Now this is the problem of socialism. This is the problem of socialism, and this is also a problem of, we see sometime amongst devotees also. If somebody is doing extremely good, sometimes people say he is trying to compete his guru. No, some of the Prabhupada God brothers went through this when they saw Prabhupada doing much great work. So the socialism, the communistic philosophy is that everybody should be equal. Nobody should express special talent. That is nothing but arrogance. That is nothing but guru aprad. That is nothing but being overconfident, ahankar. So sometime devotees do not use their competency to contribute in the growth of their devotional service and help others grow in Krishna consciousness. So Jamon could have used the communistic principle, everybody be equal. The mistake of capitalism is the capitalistic philosophy is a very privileged few, and the communistic philosophy is poverty distributed equally. And capitalism is prosperity distributed unequally. But the dharmic community, the principle of Sanatan Dharma, that be compassionate to everybody, but empower those who are qualified. Empower those people who deserve to be empowered rather than wasting your resources for those who are not. So Jamwan focused on Hanumanji, reminded him, and what did Hanuman do? Hanuman do? Oh, what a beauty! Hanumanji, when he saw the despondency of his colleagues, he he not only increased his size, not only increased his size, but Hanumanji increased his confidence. He started boasting. The boasting of Hanumanji was so great that gave life to all the monkeys. Hanumanji said, "No one can do it, but I can do it. Garuda can do it. What to speak of going to this Lanka, which is just 100 yojana? I will go just like Garuda to heavenly planets and snatch the nectar pot. I can go to Brahmaji's planet also. I can do anything and everything." I said, "Do not worry, nobody can do like this." So that is the uniting principle. Unme confidence diya. The kapis became, Vanaras became very happy. And Hanumanji jumped across, very easily jumped across. Let us not get into the details of what happened while jumping. After he reached Lanka, when he met Mother Sita, one of the conversation where Sita had with Hanumanji, she asked, "My dear Vanar, how in the world is possible for Sugriv's army to cross this, undefeatable ocean? It is so difficult to cross. You are very great. You could do that. Is it expected of all the monkeys to do?" You know what Hanumanji said? He had boasted to all the Vanaras and he accomplished what he said. It was not only the words, it was action also. There was a consistency. And he comes to Mother Sita, he's enthusiastic, he's successful, he has done and nobody has done it. If somebody asks this question to you being exceptionally special in achieving something, Sita asked, what would be the answer? The spontaneous answer, yeah, nobody can do, it was very difficult. We had a big discussion and nobody was able to do it. So then Jambavan reminded me and therefore I could do. So the success story of Hanuman will give rise to despondency in Mother Sita. And what did Hanumanji do? Hanumanji told, he says, "My dear mother, you know what? In the entire army of Sugriv, what is my position? Who comes as a messenger? I am an ordinary, like Prabhupada said when he came to America, I'm an ordinary postal peon carrying letters from one place to another place." Similarly, Hanumanji said, "My dear mother, I am the most insignificant servant of Lord Ram and Sugriv. In the army of Sugriv, there is no one who is inferior to me, and I am not superior to anybody. Everybody has the same capacity like me or more than me. Therefore, do not fear. Your desire will be fulfilled. Ram will certainly come to your place." Just see this. Therefore, history has to be seen from many perspectives, not only from the fact. It has to be seen from the principle of the feeling of a person who is presenting the history. Just to give another example, in the seventh canto of the Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj, he starts offering his prayers because the devatas could not satisfy the Lord. And then what does he say? He says, "Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam stambe sabayam na mrugam na manusham." He said, "Oh my dear Lord, Satyam Vidhatu, you make the words of your devotee come true." And what was that word? He said that word was, hear carefully. You know, the the psychology of Bhagavatam, psychology of Ramayana, psychology of Ramayana is not simply in reading the words. When you only get stuck into word rather than the substance, you fail to recognize the connection, the feeling, the heart. So Prahlad said, my dear Lord, you appear to make the words of your devotee come true. Hmm? Who's the devotee? Was it Prahlad? So it was not Prahlad. According to Prahlad, it was Lord Brahma and Narad Muni. How is Narad Muni? Because when the Devatas came to Narad Muni ji, they were about to destroy the baby in the womb of Kayadu, thinking that if there is Hiranyakashipu, what to speak of his son. And Narad Muni promised, don't worry, this is not ordinary. This is the Mahabhagavat lying in the womb of her, the Brahma, wife of our हिरण्यकशिपु. तो उनके शब्दों को सत्य करने के लिए ब्रह्मा जी had promised the Lord will appear. उनके शब्दों को promise करने के लिए the Lord has appeared, not for he considered. But when Narad Muni was narrating the story to Yudhishthira Maharaj in the 7th canto, there are so many conversations in the Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni told a very interesting point. As he was narrating the story was becoming climax, and now Hiranyakashipu is very upset. He tried many ways to kill Prahlad Maharaj. He couldn't. Then he asked, hey, you rascal, where do you get your power from? And Prahlad said, my dear father, I receive the power from the same source where you receive from. Hmm? And then Hiranyakashipu decided, first I will kill Prahlada's God, then I'll kill Prahlad. Then he showed that pillar. He said, is Lord in this pillar? Huh? Is he there in this pillar? Prahlad said, yes. So to make the words of Prahlad come true, the Lord appeared. So which is the truth? What Prahlad is saying is the truth, or what Narad Muni is saying is the truth? Therefore, when you get stuck into facts, you become part of the fictional world. When you focus on the impact of devotees' feeling, then you transform yourself. So therefore, Hanumanji, just imagine he has accomplished something rather than boasting about his power and telling the fact how the Kapis do not have the power to cross. Instead, he says, I am never equal to anybody. Either there are superior people or equal to me. Nobody inferior. That gives such a confidence in Mother Sita. Such a confidence in her. This is how uniting happens. As we were discussing other day, one of the greatest tragedy of this world is twisting the story or telling the story to twist the relationship. Even if you have the truth, is it worth saying? So therefore, there is no greater satya than the satya of uniting people. संबंधों को जोड़ना, connecting people is the most important principle. And therefore we read in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat also, there were people who will work hard to bring two families together, marriage makers. वो लोग कोई धन वगैरह नहीं लेते थे. They were waiting. How did Lord Chaitanya got married? You know, one of the devotee who was the person who came and told Mother Sachi that, why not wish Lakshmi Priya can be married to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's how the marriage would take place. And the person naturally would receive, what would he receive? He received the happiness कि मैंने लोगों को साथ में लाया. Therefore, on this day of upcoming Ram Navami festival, with the coronavirus also, Do not be the bearer of bad news to people. Don't share the negative stories. Share positive stories, because the mortality rate is less than 2.3%. 97% are going to survive. World is not going to end. Do not cause fear in people and make them chant Hare Krishna. No, we are not chanting Hare Krishna because we fear. We chant Krishna's name because we love. We want to love. We are fascinated by Lord Ram. We are fascinated by Krishna. No? In fact, in the Bhagavatam, again in the seventh canto, the the people from the Pitri Loka, or those who are receiving the Shraddha from the Pitris, they say, my dear Lord, you know what? You have disappeared from our heart. You have disappeared from our heart. What was staying in our heart was fear. Fear of Hiranyakashipu has enthroned our heart. Now, please come back to our heart. तो हो सकता है कि it may be that Krishna is not there, fear is there. So we want to fight the fear. What is death? Come on. How can we be so attached to talking about death, death, death? It is nothing but gross bodily platform only. Because death happens only to the body. Narad Muni in the Bhagavatam, says to Yudhishthira Maharaj again, my dear Yudhishthir, one should not take birth seriously and one should not take death seriously, because they are not serious thing. What one should do is just see how the time is moving. We are part of the flowing time factor. So therefore, one of the greatest, in fact, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, sorry, but this is important. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when you bring people to God with the principle of fear, it is good. Fear is the first step to God realization, but it is extremely, extremely primitive stage. No sensible human being want to come to religion because he is forced with the fear of hell. How much hell is described in the Bhagavatam? Just one chapter by Shukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, and not to cause fear in his heart, rather to invoke compassion in his heart. When Parikshit heard about hell, he didn't start scary, started shaking and sweating. No, he said, is there any way this people can be delivered? उसके कंपैशन को बाहर निकालने के लिए उन्होंने नरक के बारे में वर्णन किया. Because our destination is not hell. The Christian destination is hell. They say eternal condemnation. We say any opportunity. Lord Krishna went to hellish planet when he went looking for the sons of his guru, or when Arjuna was looking for the children who were killed by Mahavishnu, and Krishna blew his conch. Our Sanatan Goswami explains, when he blew his conch, the entire Kumbhi Paka, the boiling pots, stopped functioning. So therefore, whether this world or other world, the opportunity to be Krishna conscious is much greater than giving up Krishna. Rather than talking about Maya, 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 why not talk about Maya's master, Krishna? So Hanumanji gave such a confidence to Mother Sita. Why did he speak like that? Why did he speak like that? Therefore, because he saw the entire episode. When Hanumanji came, can Nimai Prabhu take the building relationship? He's called as Sanjeevani. And why is he called as Sanjeevani? As we discuss, because he discusses Amrita, Ramamrita, Kathamrita. By narrating the story of Lord Ram, he causes such an amazing confidence in the heart of the living entity. Now, what was the position of Mother Sita when Hanumanji landed there? Now you should read. Please open if you have original Valmiki Ramayana. The best is to read in Sanskrit, but most of us we do not know Sanskrit. If Valmiki Ramayana is translated, you know, in your mother tongue, as it is, in Hindi, in Telugu, in Kannada, in Marathi, whichever language you belong to, go verse to verse the despondency of Mother Sita. What she went through, because one of the greatest tragedy of those who practice and are in the leadership position, they always want to act as if they are non-vulnerable. They fear to express their limitation. They feel if I do, then I'm an atheist. How can I say? They have answered to all their questions and they've answered to everybody's question. Sometimes it is okay to have no answers. It is okay to feel confused. It is okay to express your limitation. Mother Sita, please read that part and don't get bewildered. She was about to give up her life. मदर सीता आत्महत्या करने के लिए तैयार थी. And she found nothing to commit suicide. She said, this Rakshasa will never give me poison. How will I commit suicide? So she had this beautiful long braided hair. Of course, now it was open because there was nothing to comb. Exactly, her hair had become like, like a jata. It was become very thick. It was not flowing. It is like a frozen river in the winter season. So Mother Sita decided to use that very braid to hang herself. She said, I cannot offer myself to anybody other than Ram. And because I'm not able to free myself and my husband is not able to come to Lanka, it is better to give up my life. And there is no sin in committing suicide. Oh, uska nirnay tha. That was her decision. Whether that decision was right or wrong, we are not going to discuss, but she was doing it. Not only this, she, out of her natural, in the मान होता है ना, एक पत्नी को मान होना, अपने मान को एक्सप्रेस करना, एक पति को मान होना, उसको एक्सप्रेस करना, एक शिष्य को मान होना, उसको एक्सप्रेस करना, इसमें कोई अपराध नहीं है. Where will you express other than your own people? If you don't express to your own people, if that facility is not there for you to express to your own people, you will express to your mind, you will express to your intelligence, and will express to those people who will misuse your stories. Sita ne express kiya. What she expressed, he said, I have seen my Lord, I have seen Lord Ramachandra kill 14,000 Rakshasas in Ardha Muhurta. That is almost like 24 minutes. And his arrows do not have a limitations. They can reach anywhere. And when Ram can do this, if he's not doing this means, I think he is done with me. So she offers her advice to Lord Ram, my dear Ramchandra, you go back to Ayodhya, complete your vanvas and go and get married to many women. Sita is saying like this. This is called as expressing her heart. Then she said, what is the point in doing all this vrata? I practice dharma so nicely. This dharma is not protecting me. It is not allowing Lord Ram to come. Isse acha main atmatya kar leti hu. You can see that in Sita, you can see that Hanuman, you can see that in Lord Ramachandra. But the despondency becomes a stepping stone for them to make another resolve. उनके जर्नी में देखो कृष्ण इज टेलिंग अर्जुना मात्रा स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा, you know, limitations and potentials, good and bad are continual process of life. जो अपने हृदय में रखता है ना, बाहर खोलता नहीं, अरे एक दो कोई तो होना चाहिए, गलत लोग नहीं होना चाहिए लेकिन एक दो ही कोई मित्र होना चाहिए जिनके पास आप अपने आप को एक ऑर्डिनरी, हम है ही ऑर्डिनरी, वी आर ऑर्डिनरी ओनली. So express it to one or two people. If you're a CEO of a company, talk to your family. If you're a leader of a temple, better talk. You know, if you do not express your limitation, you'll be exposed. It's only a question of time. So Mother Sita expressed all that. So Hanumanji had seen this. Hanumanji saw how Ravan troubled her. Hanumanji saw all the Rakshasas, how they troubled her. Hanumanji saw how Sita was going through despondency. Hanumanji could feel it. So therefore, Hanumanji was extremely careful. Every word what I speak should become a medicine, not side effect. ये side effect नहीं होना चाहिए. And what did Hanumanji do? He decided that, next slide, before beginning to speak, Hanumanji was thinking. He said, if I speak in the language of Sanskrit, sitting on the tree, Sita will recollect that somebody who was a Aryan, a sadhu, Ravan came as a sadhu, and he caused such a pain to her. So therefore, Sanskrit cannot be spoken. And before that, he thought, why not fight these people? I will fight them. But he said, no, it's not fair. If I fight them, it will be unnecessary war. And the Shastras say, if there is no guarantee of winning, when there is, you doubt about something, don't take your decisions. He said, I think I can fight them all. But if I become exhausted, I will not go back to where my friends are staying. I will not be able to jump back. So Hanumanji is acting as if as a human being. I will not be able to jump. So therefore, better what I should do, I have to give confidence to Mother Sita. I have to narrate her Ram Katha. Ram Katha is the best way to pacify her. But in which language should I speak Ram Katha? The language of Aryans? The Sanskrit language? Because she will use that Sanskrit and connect it to Ravana, therefore I will not speak in Sanskrit. देखो, ये है वाल्मीकि रामायण में. This is there in the Valmiki Ramayana. Which is the best language she can understand? The language of the heart, the language of her relationships. Like if you are stuck in somewhere in Iran or somewhere in Turkey or somewhere in Africa and you are a Telugu and somebody talks to you in Telugu, you feel, wow, there is a nectar coming into my ears. If somebody speaks in Telugu in Andhra Pradesh in a big office, you feel, array, he's insulting me. Why not he speaks in English? Just see, Telugu makes more sense. So, apne wala aadmi hai, my person, right? So, Hanumanji decided to speak in the dialect where Sita can feel the connection. So, Valmiki Ramayana said he decided to speak in the language of Ayodhya Vasis. उस भाषा में बोलना उन्होंने चालू किया. Why? Because Hanumanji had, in the future we see that Hanumanji had begged mercy from the Lord for benediction. He had told, my dear Lord, Aneka Bhasha, Aneka Vadana. If you want me to stay in this world, I don't mind. I want to hear Ram Katha in so many dialects. One of the greatest tragedy of India's independence, after India got independence, if you study, I grew up in a border town where there was a conflict between the Maharashtrian politicians and Karnataka politicians, not between the Maharashtrians and the Kannadigas. only between the politician. The Maharashtrian politician wanted that Belgaum should get into Maharashtra. I grew up listening to this Nara. बेळगाव, कारवार, निप्पाणी, बीदर, भालकी चे संयुक्त महाराष्ट्र झालाच पाहिजे. You know, always I grew up with the Maharashtrian people and picked up the language Marathi. If somebody had encouraged more about the language, I could have studied a lot of literatures also. Because Kannada was my mother tongue, Marathi was my mitra tongue, Hindi was my rashtra tongue, and English is my utility tongue. And only thing the tongue which we did not learn is my cultural tongue, which is Sanskrit. So everyone in India, like there is a conflict among the Telugus and the Kannadigas, whether Krishna Dev Rai was a Kannadiga or a Telugu. He had a Guru Vyasa Tirtha whose mother tongue was Kannada. But he had 8 poets who were the poets of Telugu. He compiled the Goda Devi's prayers, beautiful Goda Devi's prayers in Telugu, using so many Kannada words also. Therefore, they are multilinguistic. Prominently, they must have spoken their mother tongue, but they had many languages. Nowadays, in Mumbai, in bigger cities, people speak only English, which is not their mother tongue. However much we try, English can never be our mother tongue because you are not in English. ये दुर्भाग्य है. इसलिए today we should also take some kind of understanding. We should teach our mother tongue to our children because they'll be connected to culture. Otherwise, I have seen, English students in my town at least. Oh, mango is lurking on the tree. So therefore, Hanumanji asked this benediction. Just imagine how much Valmiki Ramayana has everything. There is devotion, there is culture, there is social sensitivity. Everything is there. And some of us, we feel happiness. We have Radha Gopinath Prabhu. He speaks Bengali. He knows Bengali. He speaks Odia. He speaks Kannada. He knows little Tamil. He knows Hindi. He knows English. My neighbor Radhakund Prabhu knows Telugu. He knows Konkani. He knows Gujarati. He knows Marathi. He knows Hindi. He knows Tulu. I have Gaur Gopal Prabhu. He knows Hindi. He knows Marwadi. He knows Marathi. He knows almost Gujarati. So it has only benefited us. But unfortunately, what happened, especially some communities, they were so stupid, they would not make their children learn any other language other than their mother tongue and English. No. So इसलिए हमारे रामायण में, in our Ramayana, everything is there. Learn the language. English is also, if you want to learn, classical English literature पढ़ना चाहिए, which was not taught to us. Right. And English became a worshipable language to us. पूजा मत करो, उसका गौरव करो. भाषा भाषा होता है. The unfortunate reality is English has destroyed all other languages for Indians, especially the newer generation. Therefore, originally in 1948, when the educational board, sensible people were there, they said first to fourth standard let people learn in their mother tongue. Fifth standard they introduced English. Sixth standard they introduced Hindi. We came from that kind of background, and within no time, we are able to read, we are able to speak, we are able to hear. I think जितनी भाषा को समझोगे, उतनी भाषा में रामायण सुनोगे. What will that do? That will only make you more and more fortunate because we are followers of Hanumanji. We are followers of Narad Muni. जहां जहां से अमृत आएगा, we are followers of Lord Chaitanya. Wherever the nectar flow was happening, he picked it up. So therefore, Hanumanji decided to speak in the language which Mother Sita will feel connected. Hmm? And then he sat on the tree and decided to speak the beautiful story of Lord Ram. And how did he begin? He began by narrating the connection of Lord Ram to Dashrath Maharaj. फिर से देखो, in the Bhagavatam we read many cantos. Shukadeva Goswami, after the concluding of the entire pastime, he talks about it will benefit your kula will grow. There are chapters which talks about the genealogical table of kula dharma. Arjuna, in the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Krishna, if this war happens, what will happen to my kula dharma, my jati dharma? ये सब नष्ट हो जाएगा. And all those logic, therefore, in the Vedic system from today evening in the Radha Gopinath temple also we have Ram Katha. And our calm, we have a calm body. They've asked some of us to do, of course, different devotees are doing different things. And I am focusing on Sita Kalyan for 3 days. Ram, Sita Ram Vivaha. It's an amazing concept, an amazing principle of marriage, right? And one of the core principle of that marriage, your connection to your family. However, we undermine family in the name of this is all bodily concept of life, but we have a body. We have a body. We are not this body. We are spirit, soul. Krishna begins in the Bhagavad Gita 2.13, but 2.14 immediately brings the bodily concept of life. What does he say? He says, Arjuna, you are from the Bharata Kula and you are a Kauntaya and you are a Bharata. He brings the mother side and father side also. पिताजी के बारे में और मातृत्व के बारे में भगवान उसको कनेक्ट कराते. So he began by narrating the connection to Dashrath Maharaj. He narrated the Ramayana and he came to this very famous shloka which gave such a limitless joy and satisfaction to Mother Sita. Can you play that slide? Rakshita Jiva Lokasya Swajanasya cha Rakshita Rakshita Swasya Vratasya Dharmasya cha Parantapaha. Rama is the protector of the entire world of living beings, not to speak of his own people. He is a protector of his own race. He guards righteousness. He is a scorcher of enemies. Now, why did Hanumanji speak this verse? Rakshita Jiva Lokasya Swajanasya cha Rakshita. You can say, the Acharyas explain, Swajana and Jiva, they are all one and the same only. उनमें कोई अंतर नहीं है. सारे जीव उनके ही है. Once upon a time, the Acharyas explain, once upon a time, Lord Ramachandra and Sita were sitting, and they were in the Gada Alingan. They were embracing each other. And Mother Sita, she wanted to ask this question to Lord Ram. And she asked this question. She said, my dear Lord, what gives you the greatest pain? What gives you the greatest pain, my dear Lord? And she was expecting Ram to answer, to say, my dear Sita, my greatest pain is to be away from you. When I am not with you, that causes me greatest pain. Mother Sita wanted to hear that. And what did Lord Ram say? Ram gave an answer that became a lasting impression in the heart of Mother Sita. And what was that answer? That answer was exactly almost this verse only. Not this verse, but exactly the essence is the same. Lord Ram said, my dear Sita, I cannot tolerate anybody's suffering. I cannot tolerate anybody's suffering. I am a Ashrita Rakshana. One who come to my shelter, I give them immediately. Whenever I hear the cry of people, my bow rises. I rise up and go to protect them. मैं ऐसे लोगों के लिए मैं कुछ भी करने के लिए तैयार हूँ. रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता. So Sita felt very happy. In others I am involved, in me others are involved. Therefore the concept of swartha in Sanatan Dharma, it is not bereft of society. Therefore Krishna said Swadharma and Loka Sangraha. Swadharma and Loka Sangraha. Third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Swa and Sarva. Sarva में स्व है और स्व में the foundation of Sarva is there. So therefore that is true Advaita, not the Mayavadi Advaita. This is the true Advaita where I experience and I feel and want to do something to others. तो ये श्लोक हनुमान जी ने बोलकर, by speaking this shloka to Mother Sita, Hanuman ji created such a happiness to Mother Sita, and there was such a beautiful communication between her and him. And one of the thing Ram, when Sita asked Ram, Hanuman ji, she said, "My dear Hanuman, how Ram is doing?" She got to know that Ram has sent everything, and she got to understand. She wanted to know how Ram is doing. No, Hanumanji could have told her, Ram is doing good, he's happy, he could have said that. What will give happiness to Mother Sita? He said, my dear mother, the ring which is there in his hand, it can go into his wrist now. इतने पतले हो गए. He has become so lean and thin. He said, whenever, first of all, he doesn't sleep only. If he does sleep, suddenly rises chanting the name Sita, Sita, Sita. Which good wife would feel happiness seeing that my husband is suffering? And which good wife will not feel happy knowing very well that my husband is remember her in the suffering? This is called as Rasa Tattva. There was a harmony, the exact opposite were reconciled in Sita's feeling. The pain of Lord Ram's suffering was there, but the pleasure she experienced that what Ram is going through because of her give her happiness. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya told, Kaviraj Goswami writes, the loving relationship between Lord and his devotee is like a hot sugar cane juice. When you go to see jaggery making plant, there is a hot sugar cane. You can't drink it and you can't not drink it. आप उसको छोड़ भी नहीं सकते हो और उसको पी भी नहीं सकते हो. So she expressed these two feelings so beautifully that the Dvandva was reconciled. She knew that Lord Ram loves me. And then Hanumanji gave her a very interesting, he said, my dear mother, you can sit on my back if you do not mind. I am like your insignificant son. I will take you back to Lord Ram. After all, Sita was a Kshatrani. She was a Kshatriya and her Kshatriya spirit came out. She said, no. He said, I came here touched by other Purusha, other man by force. But now I will only go back to my place protected by my husband. No, he will come here and he will fight and he will take me back. So in this way, Mother Sita gave lots of blessings, lot of affection to Hanumanji, and Hanumanji then burned the Lanka, then eventually flew back to Lord Ramachandra. He gave this great message of Mother Sita because Ram had told, we will discuss that part if we get a time tomorrow, of Sita Ram's love. Ram had told something very important to Lakshmana. that I will not be able to survive more than 1 month. If I don't get Mother Sita, I cannot survive. But he survived for 10 months. Why did he survive for 10 months? You know, that brings us to the story of Jatayu. When Hanumanji came, we will bring to that story. When Hanumanji came to our Lord Ramachandra, he gave the message, he conveyed the message again with a very great, thoughtfully, beautifully, artistically. And then Lord Ram, he told Hanumanji, my dear Hanuman, what you have done for me can never be done by anybody. The news what you have brought to me, or if Lord Ram did not have the love for Mother Sita, what an obligation. He says, my dear Hanumanji, exactly the same like what Krishna spoke to the gopis of Vrindavan. He said, he embraced Hanumanji tightly. He said, I have nothing to offer, Hanumanji. What can I offer? I'm in the forest. मैं क्या दे सकता हूँ आपको? These are the beautiful pastimes where Lord Ram, the Lord of the universe, has everything to offer, but he's saying they have nothing to offer. The goddess of fortune Rukmini in Krishna Lila, when that Brahmana brings back the news of Krishna coming to marry her, kidnap her, Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book, what Rukmini did? Rukmini simply folded her hands. Namaskar mudra. Namaskar karke, she said, my dear Brahmana, I have nothing to offer other than eternal pranam. And Prabhupada writes, a pranam is like you are eternally obliged to the person whom you are offering pranam. And therefore, the, the, the Sri Vaishnava say, one of the names of Lord is Pratamanjali Kinkara. Hear this carefully, Pratamanjali. When you come and offer your first obeisances to the Lord becomes servant of that obeisances. Pratamanjali. प्रथम नमस्कार के वो सेवक बन जाते हैं. प्रथमांजलि किंकरः. So therefore Lord Ram offered he said, I have nothing to offer you. Hanumanji embraced him. After embracing, the Supreme Lord told Hanumanji, if I come to this world again and again, even if I come 5 lifetimes and try to repay what you have done for me, I will not be able to do it. And therefore, Lord Ramachandra embraced Hanumanji, and receiving that embrace, Hanumanji felt his life was completely successful. No? So in this way, Lord Hanumanji is such a great personality. Like Prabhupada explained, the whole his mission. What is his mission? His mission was to unite the living entities with the Supreme Lord, just like Hanuman. And therefore anything which we use to unite Krishna and anything, because everybody is connected to Krishna for that matter. Yes, we are judicious. We are discriminating in regards to, being practicing the Madhyama platform. But ultimately the goal is this, that everybody is connected to Krishna, help reconcile relationship. Don't make people break relationship. When they are becoming devotees, don't ever tell, don't listen to your parents, they don't know anything. Yes, they may not know about bhakti, they may not know about devotional service. But helping the younger devotees to reconcile between their affection to Krishna and their responsibility to their family is an important principle. And therefore, Hanumanji is a uniter. On the other hand, what did Shurpanaka and Ravan do? Ravan separated Mother Sita from Lord Ramachandra. He wanted Sita at the cost of Ram, lost his life. and Shurpanakha wanted Ram at the cost of Sita. She was about to kill Sita. She was disfigured. उसके चेहरे को disfigured किया गया. So therefore many of the Ramayans or many of the wrong Mahabharatas written by many of these authors, the mundane authors, you know, like there is this Devadatta Patnaik, he is in the legacy of Ravan only because he has to tell stories. There is a story about Hanumat Ramayana, which is an offensive story to Valmiki Maharshi. You should know this so that you go against this. That what is the story? That one time, Valmiki Maharshi, after writing this Ramayana, Hanumanji came to him, and Hanumanji also had written Ramayana. And seeing Hanumanji's Ramayana, Valmiki Maharshi felt very despondent. He said, what this, you have written such a beautiful Ramayana. Nobody will read my Ramayana. So Valmiki Maharshi dumped Hanumanji's Ramayana in the ocean. Or Hanumanji dumped for Valmiki Maharshi to make him happy. And Hanumanji said to Valmiki Maharshi, this is what they say. They say that he told Valmiki Maharshi, Valmiki, you wrote Ramayana for you to become famous. I wrote Ramayana for Ram to become famous. You can't play around with two devotees. Hanumanji can write and still people can read it. Still Valmiki Maharshi can relish it. Valmiki Maharshi from very beginning offering all the gratitude to his Guru Narad Muni. Brahmaji has asked him to write. Brahmaji is telling that this Ramayana will be revealed to you from inside and outside. And how can anybody, the original Adi Kavi, can be undermined in the name of Hanumanji? Just imagine how people feel, they may feel bewildered. So therefore, very interesting, very important. The Ravana-like people, their tendency is to take us away from the Ram of Valmiki Maharshi and give a different picture of Ram. Oh, Ram is such a duty phobic. He's so duty phobic. How can he not love? There is not one personality. Those are from the modern leftist educated background. Those who do not undermine Ram. Not only they do not undermine Ram, they also undermine Mother Sita. They said, what kind of woman is this? यानी कि देखो, they want to finish off Ram and Sita from the minds of Indians and others, and present a Ram who's patriarchal. There was one other, there's some so-called historians, you must have heard, Romulo, Thopper, I'm taking their names. What is their understanding? What is their understanding of Sitaram? He said all burning cases wherever happen in India, that is originating from Agni Pariksha only. ये सब के सब रावण और शूर्पणखा के औलाद है. But we are in the line of Hanumanji. Our goal is not only to make us love Ram, not only make us to worship Mother Sita, but connect everybody. Even we want them to change. May not be changing this lifetime, but eventually they will have to change. Therefore, spreading Ram Katha, spreading Krishna Katha, with a proper understanding so that people can transform, and there is such a great time. Let us innovate different kind of ways to connect people to their Adhyatmic Kosha, their Anandamay Kosha, their connecting Kosha of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, learning from our Hanumanji, about whom there is no contradiction amongst the Shaivite, there is no contradiction among the Vaishnavas, There is no contradiction among the Shaktas. There is no contradiction amongst the ordinary children who love to hear Hanumanji stories and see his cartoons also. So therefore, this Hanumanji, I just took one story. Whenever you get to hear about Hanumanji, how much more he connected. We didn't discuss about, his bringing of the, Sanjeevani booty twice from the Himalayan mountains, going back to Bharat, informing that Lord Ram is coming, informing Lord Ram about Sita's message after killing Ravana. He is such a great messenger. And because Ram wanted him to be a messenger when he met him first time, and Hanumanji continued to remain a messenger of Lord Ram. And we will take one more, the story of Jatayu, and then we will conclude today's session. It is just give me 7-8 minutes to discuss about Jatayu. Now, who's Jatayu? From the bird species, it is considered the Grida. Grida vultures are some of the lowest of the bird species. It is not that you love them the way you love parrots, peacocks, cuckoos, different kinds of sweet looking, sweet singing birds. No, the Gruds are not like that. So he was living in his own world, Jatayu, being one time he was protected by his brother Sampati. And when mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravan, Sita saw Jatayu because they had met before also. एक बार उनका दर्शन हुआ था. So mother Sita called out for Jatayu. And when Jatayu heard the voice of mother Sita, he decided to challenge Ravan. He challenged Ravan verbally. He made Ravan listen to some sense. But Ravan would not listen. And he fought Ravan. He fought Ravan so valiantly. He was so old and Ravana so young. And eventually Ravana defeated Jatayu. What was the need of Mother Sita? Mother Sita never wanted Jatayu to fight. She didn't use Jatayu for her protection. She knew that Jatayu was old. She wanted Jatayu to simply give the message of Lord Ramachandra, give to Ramchandra the message of Sita's kidnapping. इतना ही बोलना था उसको. But before that, Jatayu fought and is waiting to give that message. Sir, my main mission has not been completed. The information which I have to give to Mother Sita, Lord Ramachandra. And Jatayu was lying in the pool of blood. Then eventually see Ram Lakshman, they come. We'll not get into the detail. We come to the essence only. When we come to the essence, Jatayu, he narrated how he fought, tried his best. Ravana is kidnapped and taken her to the southern direction. That is how Lord Ramachandra placed that special ring in the hands of Hanumanji, sent that group to the south India because the indication was given by Jatayu. One thing he gave the direction also, but not only gave the direction to Lord Ramachandra, he gave life to Lord Ram also. How did he give life? Jatayu, when he fought Ravan for more than one muhurta, when Ravan kidnapped Mother Sita, now a lot of Jyotish Shastra is there in the Ramayana, okay? So when Ravan kidnapped Sita, he kidnapped Sita on one particular muhurta. If something is lost in that muhurta, a robber steals from your house from that muhurta, it is impossible to get back what you have lost. मिलेगा ही नहीं आपको. So Ravana is kidnapped because he knew Jyotisha. So therefore you have to know that those who know Jyotish Shastra, because it is like science only, medical science. Just because somebody is a medical doctor doesn't mean that is godly. He can use the medicine to destroy people, and you can use the medicine to heal people. दोनों भी कर सकते हैं. So Ravan used that chart to become biggest robber. Can you imagine अगर हमारे robber लोगों को मालूम है कि I will rob on this day, it will be successful and nobody can catch me and they can't get back their product. Because astrology doesn't decide where to use. The astrologer has to decide where to use. So Ravan stole Mother Sita, but Jatayu was also equally qualified in the science of Graha, Nakshatra and Rashis. उस समय के ग्रह पक्षी भी साइंस को जानते थे. The common sense knowledge was known to everybody. Now it has become a very mystical science. Right? And there are people who do not believe only about this. Science has to be believed and the teacher has to be analyzed. So what Jatayu did was the most important principle with Lord Ramachandra was he changed the muhurta by fighting for one muhurta. And then he told Lord Ram, he said, my dear Lord, I have done my best. He said, I've changed the muhurta. Now this muhurta where Mother Sita has been kidnapped, whoever has lost their dear object, it is guaranteed that you will receive back. And then he made a very, very amazing statement. Because Ram could have not survived in the separation of Mother Sita. He said, I can't survive even a moment without her. एक क्षण के लिए मैं जीवित नहीं रहूंगा. But Ram stayed for 10 months. Why, you know? Because Jatayu said, my dear Ram, जो आपका रोग है, the disease what you are experiencing, what is the disease of Lord Ram? The disease of Lord Ram is the separation of Mother Sita. And what is the medicine for that separation? Is union with Mother Sita. The medicine for the separation is Sita only. A Sita in union is a medicine and Sita in separation is a roga. He said, my dear Lord, जिस रोग के लिए आपके लिए औषधि है ना, उसको रावण लंका पे लेकर गया हुआ है. He has taken it. Collect that medicine, you will revive yourself. And because Ram knew that medicine was there, and simply thinking about the medicine, even though the disease was very, very acute, Lord Ram survived for 10 months. And therefore, Jatayu is one of the greatest medicine giver for Lord Rama, who could have left, but he made him survive by talking about the medicine. Therefore, let us continue to speak about the medicine. Let us continue to hear about the medicine. Let us sensitively present the medicine of Lord Ram and Lord Krishna's stories, pastimes, and their philosophy, so that more and more people get integrated with their self, the super self, and everybody, those who are connected to super self. Rakshita Jivalokasya Swajanasya cha Rakshita. That is the व्रत of Lord Ram. ये सब मेरे लोग हैं, ये मेरे लोग हैं. यही भगवान का उपदेश है, यही भगवान का आदेश है, यही भगवान का संदेश है कि let us all become the devotees and give the knowledge, you know, of Krishna and Lord Ramachandra. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
We'll continue at the same time tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, we will start. Same.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.